I'd like to tell you guys about a pair of shorts I bought this week. They were in the size 5XL, and the most insulting thing about them is the brand name is Active Intent. Right? That's the worst name for a pair of plus-size shorts I've ever heard. It'd be like if I started a brand of tequila and I called it A Quiet Night In. Or if I started a brand of condoms and called it The Celibate's Choice. Every time. You guys like Halloween? I find Halloween very challenging because I'm a bigger guy and so my costumes didn't come out how I planned. A few years ago I painted myself green and I went to a Halloween party as a character called Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Does anyone know this character? One guy here. This joke's just for you, buddy. For the rest of you, he's a tall, muscular green alien. And on the way to the party, these two children wanted to take a photo with me. And they were telling me how they were big fans of my work and they'd seen all my movies. We take the photo, and then as they run off, one of them shouts over his shoulder at me, "Thanks for the photo, Shrek!" So if you guys need to book someone to do a children's birthday party, I'm available. Yeah, good. You know, a lot of comedians do those I look like jokes, and I don't have a lot of them, but I do think I look like the two actors from 21 Jump Street put together. From like here to about here. I mean, that's Channing Tatum all over, right? And the rest of me is, what's the other actor from that movie called? No. Ice Cube. You see it now, right? I was trying to get a job as a lifeguard a few years ago. And the guy interviewing me said, "Taylor, would you say you're confident in the water?" I went, "Nah, I swim in a t-shirt, so." What a fucking stupid question, right? What does confidence have to do with swimming in the first place? Like, you don't get points for trying with swimming. If you stop swimming, you just start drowning. You start a whole nother activity. And I know it's kind of fucked up to call drowning an activity. But no one's ever looked out over the ocean and been like, "Holy shit, I think Pete's drowning. He looks good though, doesn't he? So confident. He is owning the crap out of that. He makes it look easy, doesn't he?" Any fans of the TV show Love Island in the house tonight? Just a groan from over the side of the room, that's great. I actually auditioned to be on Love Island a few years ago, and I don't like how you're laughing at the sound. But the producer said to me, "Taylor, you're probably more suited towards a show like Love You Like a Brother Island, or I Love How We're Such Good Friends Island, or Thanks for Helping Me Move House." And I know I said we were going to get pizza and watch movies afterwards, but Derek has changed his mind and he's going to come over after all. So can I just give you $20 and you get pizza on the way home? Island. Don't know how these guys keep coming up with this. Riveting television week after week. But I do have a girlfriend though, and she said something kind of interesting to me. She said she finds me more attractive when I have a beard. Which is a really roundabout way of saying, you know your face, the less of it I can see, the more I like it. She actually hung this up on the door to our bedroom. Just bear with me for a second, folks. Be kind to others, cover your face. It's actually not true. I did tell her that. And she said, yeah, like I snore so badly, the only thing she'd cover my face with in the bedroom is a pillow. Okay, you guys will not be for the dark stuff. There is a line I was going to say after that, but I don't really like it. So I told her that joke, and she liked it, but she said the one thing she would change is she would use a clear plastic bag because I've got a pretty face. a few people clapping for me getting suffocated. Paper bag, that's a good one they got, I guess, isn't it? My grandfather, he was a pious man, and he used to tell me, he would say, Taylor, if you have too many impure thoughts about women, it can really affect your short-term memory. And I was like, Granddad, we've had this conversation 7 times now. But there's no way that could be true, right? Like, society itself would grind to a halt if that was actually the case. We would never get anything done. Want to tell you guys about a pair of shorts I bought this week? In the size 5XL. And the most insulting thing about them is the brand name is Active in 10. That's terrible. So I'm quite large and I've made some jokes about this. And, people greet you with things. They'll say things like, hey big man, hey big fella, hey big guy, and that's all totally fine. There's nothing weird about that. But there's one that people use that gets kind of interesting is when they say, hey big boy. You guys feel the change of energy there with big boy? It's a lot flirtier for some reason. And you two are a couple here? So he's not a particularly large gentleman. What was your name, sir? Sam. So, and what was your name? Nikita. So, Sam's not a particularly large gentleman, but if you called him big boy, he'll be big boy for you. If you know what I mean. And like, are you a gamer? Yeah. So you might notice this is when you want to make something happen, and he might be playing some video games, and he says, "Time to go to bed," and he says, "I'll come up in a minute." Couple more games, another episode of the TV show, and that turns into 2 hours, and by that point the moment's gone. So in this case, you can take this home with you. All you do, anyone in this crowd, a couple of ladies, if you want to make something happen, 100% guaranteed. When they say, "I'll come up in a minute," you say, "No, it's time to go to bed, big boy." There is a downside to this, is you're both going to think about me. I can't do anything about that. But try it out. It works a treat. The only thing is, as well, like gentlemen, this doesn't work the other way. Like we can't use that approach. Like, because I couldn't just walk up to a woman and be like, "Hey, no, sorry." It's really aggressive. I didn't mean to put it aggressive. So, hey. Would you like to split a bucket of KFC with me, big girl? Yeah, that's getting you nowhere. That's getting you punched, really, to be honest. No one likes that. So you guys seem like a fun crowd. You guys like one-liners, puns, that kind of thing? A couple of people over here said yes, and there was silence from the rest of them. So this is for this side of the room. I'm going to listen for a second. I got invited to a funeral last week. They started at 6 a.m. But I didn't go because I'm just not a morning person. I'm not really sure if that worked out. We'll try a couple more. I'm going to try this side of the room now, like I said. I bought a pair of shoes last week because on the box it said, "You're an amazing person." And my doctor had just recommended I try more supportive footwear. You saw that, you knew where it was going. I saw your head go back before it. Alright, one more. My girlfriend and I were talking to a car salesman, and we said we were interested in purchasing a caravan. And the guy said, "For birth?" We said, "No, for holiday." One day for them, I'm killing with this table here, the rest of you, we're getting there. I'm going to tell you a secret about myself. I'm really into high heels in the bedroom. She's allowed to wear whatever she wants. So, we're in Selwyn now. Is anybody from Dunsandel? Are you guys straight up from Dunsandel? So, yeah, exactly. This is the thing. When you tell people you're from Dunsandel, their reaction is like, as if you just told them you've had a relative die. They're kind of, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." That's our Dunsandel. And so I don't drink alcohol at all, and it's a big drinking town, Dunsandel. And I was growing up, and I used to, like, if you tell people you don't drink from there, they really want you to drink for some reason. If you say, "No, I don't drink," they're like, "Oh, you drink." And so I learned a trick, and this is to get people to stop pressuring me to drink. And so instead of saying no, somebody says, do you drink? I go, no, not anymore. And then you do a 1,000-yard stare, and it looks like you used to have a drinking problem. And they stop right away there, which is great. And you can actually take this with you to other places. Like if I'm at the supermarket and someone says to me, excuse me, sir, do you donate to charity? Not anymore. And the conversation ends immediately. It's amazing. Works a treat. It gets a little bit weird though, because sometimes, like if I'm in a long, like a road trip and I'm driving, and someone's like, "Oh, Taylor, there's a rest area there. Do you still need to go to the toilet?" So, I'm going to tell you about something that happened to me at an open mic a while ago. I've had some pain in my ankle at the time. I went to the doctor and he gave it like a scan. And he said to me, Taylor, we've actually got, there's a partial tear of your Achilles tendon. Most people do this injury playing sports, but would you mind telling us how you did it? And then, really earnestly, a woman that was sitting maybe right back here, she just raised her hand and said, that was probably the high heels. So I asked her, I said, is this something that can happen? And she said, yeah, I work in a shoe store. You're quite a broad foot on you and you're a heavier gentleman. Like, if you don't have the right kind of arch support and heels, it can really wreak havoc on your calves and your shins. So why don't you come and talk to me after the show? We can find a pair of heels that are better fit for you. Wow. I'm not doing anything like that. So we went outside after the show and we talked a little bit, and I said, so why don't you tell me about these heels? And she said, oh, well, we could talk about the heels, or you can buy me a drink if you want. Big boy. Alright, that's all from me tonight. You guys have been wonderful. Let's get Tina back up here.